Hi, my name is Kevin Ream, Vice President and General Manager of Finseeker Boats, and we're here today to do a product walk around on our brand new 230 Finseeker. So just by the way of background on the specs, the LOA is 22 feet 9 inches. It's an 8/6 beam. We have an angle of entry of 42 degrees. Now the angle of entry on our Finseeker product is a little bit sharper than our Crown Line product. We run 39 degrees on the Crown Line, we run 42 degrees angle of entry on all of our Finseeker product. The dead rise angle at the transom is 20 degrees. Now, what I want to talk about is a little bit about performance. We get asked a lot, what will this boat do with a 250 or a 300 horsepower engine? And just to give you some performance ideas, with a 250, the boat will run 50, 51 miles an hour and get on plane in 3.8 seconds. With a 300, you'll do 53 to 54 miles an hour and you get on plane in about 3.5 seconds. So it's a high performance boat. It's built off the same hull characteristics as all of our Crown Line product, which is the Gen 2 Performance Fast Tab hull. But this boat also comes with a Carolina flare in the bow, and it's really designed for big blue water, offshore fishing in all kinds of conditions. But one of the other things that makes Finseeker special is that the reverse chine, the reverse angle that cuts back and rolls the wave under on the bow, is a 7.5 degree reverse chine. Most of our competitors run 6, 6.5 at the most. Now that doesn't sound like a big difference, but that extra increased reverse chine angle really rolls the wave. So you can run on really rough water and have a smooth, dry ride. So again, performance fast tab hull, Carolina flare bow design, 7.5 degree reverse chine. We have a 50-50 deck and hull design philosophy, built the most solid, quiet, on-the-water friendly product you can come up with, all based around our design philosophies that are tried and true and proven over the last 30 years. And then lastly, I want to talk about the custom machined rails that are into the side panels of the upper deck. Those are designed so that you always have something to hold on to when you're walking around the helm station on either port or starboard. So now let's go inside and take a look at the boat. One of the benefits of a Carolina flare design is the depth of the overall bow. So when you're sitting in the bow, you're down in the bow deep and protected, even in the roughest water. To go with that, we have full-length stainless steel bow rails, port and starboard, so there's always something to hold on to. We have port and starboard lean backs that are removable, that when you're not in use, there's a specially designed storage area inside the head compartment to take them out of the way so they don't bounce around when they're not in use. Next, the seat cushions are removable. They snap into place, but when they're not in use, you unsnap them and remove them, and there's a non-skid casting platform in the bow of the boat. Also underneath that casting platform is deep bow storage. In a fish boat, people are always fighting for storage, and we've tried to maximize every inch of the design of this boat by providing deep bow storage underneath the casting platform. For those that want an even larger casting platform, there is a bow insert that you can purchase to fill out that whole front portion of the bow to make it a larger casting platform area. And directly under that insert is the in-floor insulated ice chest. So carry on your ice, put it into the insulated cooler in-floor, and keep it out of the way, and then access it when you need it. Now let's take a few minutes to talk about the head compartment. And the first thing you'll notice is how deep and oversized it is compared to our competitors. There's designed storage for both the port and starboard bow lean back, but also inside the head compartment is storage for the cockpit table. There's a built-in safety rail, and also on the forward portion of the head door is another fold-down jump seat to maximize seating. The stainless bracket has a locking mechanism, so it's in the down position, it locks in place, and then it folds up neatly when it's tucked away and not in use. 230 comes standard with twin 9-inch Garmin touchscreen devices. Now each device comes preloaded with the Lakeview freshwater chip and also the Blue Chart saltwater chip. We have a complete stainless steel push button illuminated dash. So whichever item you select, it lights up red when in use, and when not in use, soft blue. The only one that remains red is the horn, so it's easily accessible in all kinds of light conditions. We have a full windscreen, so that protects you and provides you with a dry ride in all kinds of water conditions. In case it gets hot, it's got a large vent that you open up and it floods the area with fresh air to cool off the driver and passenger. We have a hand-stitched brow, also helps reduce glare that may come through the full length windscreen. We have a mounted on-center compass. But one of the other really great design features that we do that most of our competition does not is we spend the money on this black acrylic panel to mount everything on your dash and your helm. Also want to talk about some of the great features designed into the hardtop, the fiberglass hardtop, which is standard on the 230 Finseeker. Number one, we have port and starboard misting stations. So with a push of the button, You can cool down the driver and passenger with fresh water misting stations that really are a great feature. Number two, the hardtop has a built-in electronics box. So if you want to add VHF radio or electronics or radar after the fact, you have a great way to stage them and access them easily and out of the way. In addition, we designed in 2 additional wet sound speakers to flood the cockpit with sound. And we also have LED breaker lights designed in so you can illuminate the entire cockpit with rear LED lights. The other great thing about the leaning post and the flip-up bolster on this helm station is that underneath it we've maximized the use of the space by designing in a 65-quart Yeti cooler. Now it's got a locking shear pin. You just remove the pin, slide out the Yeti cooler, access a cold beverage, slide it back, and when it's not in use you maximize the space around the helm. Also, we got a built-in full-length stainless steel footrail. So it allows you to sit up here, take the weight off, adjust for your comfort and convenience, and it's right there accessible for everybody at the helm, not only the driver, but the passenger. So lastly, on the charging areas, we have an audio plug-in and a USB port. We also have 2 12-volt jacks. So if you have devices you want to charge, you drop them in the storage fiddle, plug in whichever device you need for charging, and it's stowed away safely. Also on the other side of the driver helm, we have a lockable storage box. In addition to the touchscreens, we have analog gauges here as a redundancy system. So if you ever blow a fuse and don't have extra fuses on the water, have a great backup system with a couple of analog gauges to always be able to boat and continue fishing. The cockpit design really starts with the bait station located right behind the leaning post. You have a hard surface, you have a bait well, 12.5 gallons, you have a tool tray, you have an in-floor storage drawer, and on both sides, port and starboard, you have fold-out storage areas to all of your baits and flies and tackle. Also, in-floor fish boxes, 44 inches long, 12 inches deep on both port and starboard with built-in macerators. We also have port and starboard rod storage, full-length tow rails, 4 stainless rod holders designed into the leaning post standard. We use only the highest grade stainless, 304 double buff, and we do that for a reason. A superior high-quality stainless part is going to outlast and outshow a powder-coated aluminum part, bar none. The other great thing about the design is we maximize the space. The seat I'm sitting in, it's a fold-away, tuck-away padded chair. This opens up the entire cockpit, maximizes the space. The other great feature is that both of the bait wells are painted blue inside so that when you put your bait into the water, it doesn't shock it. The seal has got a positive latch, tight trim, so that when it's in place, the suction becomes with the aeration and the recycle, it actually becomes a pressurized bait station. We're talking about 4 rod holders across the back and 2 off the gun wall. So 6 rod holders built in to the deck. They're all angled slightly different so that to keep the lines from tangling. Nice things that fishermen understand. A couple of really important things is how easy it is to access battery chargers, steering cables. 2 snaps, pull the seat up, access it, and then you close it back up and latch it, positive latch in place. But as you move over towards the transom entry and exit, the most used panel on the boat is going to be your battery panel. You're going to want to turn it on, off. And then this dial right here is your VSR, which is your voltage sensitive relay. So it's the most sophisticated electrical system in the water, and that voltage sensitive relay checks all the batteries on your boat and runs out and charges the lowest battery first. And you'll see these notches and these drains, and this is designed this way to be a fully self-bailing cockpit. So if water happens to splash in and rare conditions get all the way into the cockpit, it drains to the back, hits the notch, and drains overboard. Thanks for watching this FinSeeker video. And if you're in the market for a boat to do some serious fishing without ever compromising the ability to take your family and enjoy some time on the water, then FinSeeker's for you. FinSeeker is changing the way people think about fishing. We'll see you at the boat shows.